Hello, all greetings. This is Gilles Mancillon. I am guided and inspired to come to you today to provide guidance and inspiration and to address this full moon in Sagittarius that will be coming very soon, very shortly, on Fridays. But full moons are about 3 days before, 3 days after, so it's a whole 7 days event. So it is a moment where the emotional body is exalted. And but this moon will be, since the sun is in Gemini, will be a lot of mental activity. The Gemini is the seeker, the one who seeks, and the Sagittarius is the higher mind, the laws, the philosophies, the mind of God, allowing this connection to happen so that you avail yourself to the possibility of understanding new things, perceiving life from a different point of view. For there is Saturn and the galactic center that are aligned there in Sagittarius. So Saturn will be asking for us to accept this path of responsibility, to fulfill our life path and agreement, so that we may be free to enjoy our life in the most graceful and the most graceful and most potent way. For Saturn is really the teacher. It really is the reminder. It kind of, Jupiter creates the expansion, but Saturn kind of tells us all those things that we do that maybe we do not want to see, but we need to see in order to free ourselves from that which is burdens or any such things. For Saturn is also the law. It is about understanding the law of one. The law of one is perceived through religion as Allah or Yahweh or the great God of all creation. For in essence, all those religions of the many currents of religion have all the same responsibility to bring man from ignorance into lucidity, from darkness into light, from the impure into the pure, from the unjust into the just, to see the truth of things, to understand the divine nature that is within us. For our highest guide is the one that comes from the heart. The heart is the highest guide, and we have to listen to our inner voice and to follow that, to follow whatever belief system we are following, but understand that if you receive an inner guidance, your inner guidance will always be superior to whatever mental concept we have of right and wrong, because in essence, the law could be understood if somebody speaks badly, thinks badly, and does bad things. The Creator rewards that person with heavy punishment in relation to those things that have been thought, said, and done. And in the same way, if you speak the truth, if your mind is clear, and if you do good deed, you will be rewarded equally by the law of evolution. It is just a mirror that mirrors us until we reach that state of perfection, of truth, beauty, and goodness that is our own divine essence. And so, but if you do good in order to receive rewards of goodness, it is not as high in evolution as if you do good just because it is your nature and you don't expect any reward. You just do it because it is your nature to do good, to think clearly, to speak the truth. For that is really what we're going towards in order to achieve that freedom. Well, I hope this forward message was interesting for you, because we are indeed going through a time of purification. There is a need for a certain action towards a certain purification. Right now it's the month of Ramadan, so it is happening for many billions of people are actually going through this purification process. But in essence, this purification process, the whole point of that is to allow more space for our own divine nature to be more present within ourselves, and so that we may enjoy life in a more potent way, in the fullness of its presence, in the presence of God, the presence of Spirit, the presence of love. So I will pull out a few cards to see what the higher self would like to communicate with us. And the overall situation is consciousness. It is the ability to allow ourselves to move beyond consciousness, beyond the limitation of consciousness, into a more integrated level of clarity above all the planes of temporal reality, in order to see the light, the eternal light of truth. And so it is a very clear it is a very clear process that we are guided towards. And so accept the enlightenment, accept that you're already enlightened, you already are divine. You just need to allow yourself to come into alignment and vibration with those new frequencies. And how we move from appearance into healing, it is through receptivity, by allowing spirits to communicate with us and to be open to whatever spirit is saying. Sometimes we ask a question to spirit responds, and it's not the answer we want, so we dismiss it. I used to, now I accept it all. For everything is part of the process, everything is part of our growth, and we have to trust that. How the Source Creator brings to us in this situation, He brings ordinariness. The past that has been designed for man is perfect for what it is. There is no need for trying to make it anything else than what it is. The truth suffices of itself in order to achieve that state of grace. For within nature there is all the forces, the natural forces that bring us into this alignment through our ordinary daily life. For all is there, all the spiritual past is under our feet. It is already there. It always has been, always will be. Yet we are moving into a new level where we may lose this sight that we are human, but we will come to realize we are divine soul and spirit who are here in service or to experience life in this physical plane. We'll still be living our life as a human, but we will be seeing it from a totally different standpoint. What others bring to us in this situation, they bring us success. It is somebody that has mastered the fear, and so he's standing on the back of the tiger, and he's crossing the world, and he's celebrating. So there will be a celebration. There will be success. It is the kind of success that comes from that others will be able to bring us, that mirror, that success. What do we bring to others in this situation? We are bringing suppression. So that means we are still allowing ourselves to be to let certain circumstances and habits and limited belief to limitate our spiritual freedom. And so the understanding is that we have to let go of the mind. The mind, the mental, the lower mental mind, although the sun is in Gemini, we have to let it go in order to move into the heart, and from the heart we will be able to connect to those higher planes. The heart will guide our mind where it needs to be, for the mind is really where the process is happening, for all of it is happening within the mind, but the mind alone is not capable of understanding the realities of the soul. And so it is by allowing the voice of the heart to be truthful to that, and as much as possible to follow that, so that we may overcome duality, because this duality will always push us. There is two forces in life. There is a force that elevates us, which is God, and there is a force that brings us down, which is God as well, which is ourself. It is the law that is happening. So there is always within this dimension this force that will elevate us and then bring us down, and then elevate us and bring us down. So it is a constant process. We have to accept that and to allow ourselves to learn through the process until we are lifted to a point where there is no more going back down. We will still be conscious of what is going on, but we will no longer be affected by the motion of duality. Once we move into true unity consciousness, at which points we find the Creator. We become the Creator, we become the light, we are able to shine our light, we are within our power, we regain our sovereign self. And so this is what we will bring to others, to show them their own light, so that as we move into our own empowerment, we are given the ability to show others how to do the same, and then they, by their own personal work, they will be able to find their center, to find their power, and to use that for their own liberation. The core of that essence situation is to let go of the past. It is somebody who's clinging to the past. This guy is all kinds of baggages, but in truth the past does no longer exist, no matter what. Of course the memory shall never be forgotten, but in essence we need to, if if we already live at the effect of our life, we do not know that we can create a new cause. So the understanding is to live both at the cause and the effect, not just to be subject to victimized by the subconscious that keeps coming back to remind us of those past mistakes, those past things. Those needs have to be integrated, accepted, and let go in order to move forward into the empowerment, at which points we find creativity. For creativity will move us into the presence. When we are creative, we are not concerned about the past, we are not concerned about the future, we are within the action of creation. For the primal attribute of God is a creator, so it is how we were created as well. We were created as creator, and so it is good to find ways to be creative, whichever way that may be. It can be drawing, it can be writing, it can be dancing in the garden, it can be playing music, it can be anything, singing, it can be anything that move your sense of creativity will definitely help you and assist you, and you can turn to that, you can rely on that to connect to your spirit, to your guides, to your creator, when you move into that path of creativity. Well, I hope this reading was interesting for you. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. I want to thank all those who subscribe and like and comment, and I wish you a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Namaste.